Welcome to Plan Watch Walk. We're the channel that brings you some of the best walking around, and part of the planning stage is we look at bringing you equipment reviews and how-to guides. So this is part of that particular area. We've got a pair of Salomon X Ultra 4 trail shoes, running fell shoes, of which we've been provided by Salomon. So this is a completely independent review. So what we're going to do, going to have a desktop on the shoe, go through some of the features, etc. Then we're going to take them out in the field. If you've seen some of the reviews before, you'll know we'll give them a good going through over a good few walks. Then we'll come back and feedback how we get on. So they're specified, Salomon specify them as single day route, hiking, mixed trail and technical. So that is the type of shoe that we're looking at here. So if we look at a few points on them first, we look at the lacing system. The lacing system is called a quick lace system. If you're familiar with it, great. If not, what you basically do, there's a button on the back of here. So you get a hold of that and you literally just pull that down, he said. And it tightens up the lacing system. Easy release, push the button again and pull it back to loosen it off. So they typically, I've had shoes before with these on, I find them work particularly well. On this particular one, we pull that down and actually there's a pocket in here. You can put that part of the lace. Be interesting to see how that works out in the field when the shoe is quite tight against here. The lacing system itself, the points where it's secured to, looks as if it's going to actually hug the foot particularly well. The point, so you get it across the toe, and also it's pulling it back into the heel itself. The sole construction, the shoe construction, it's not a Gore-Tex, so it's quite breathable, but it's not Gore-Tex, so therefore the weatherproofing's not there. Itself, around here, around the toe and around here, there's a lot of support and harder material around the toe and around this point here to give a support of the shoe along by the sole. In addition to that, I quite like this on the back where it's protection for the Achilles that's sitting inside there, that's sitting behind here, so that gives support. The inner soles themselves are, pull it out here, Ortholite inner soles, and that's a Salomon sole. I'm not going to change those out, I'll do the trial with those in as well to see how those go. The actual soles themselves, the rigidity of them is pretty good, to be perfectly honest. For a trail shoe, they're quite sturdy. The name of them is called Contra Grip, and if we have a look at the bottom, we can see there's a lot of grip sitting inside there. So it will be interesting to see how it goes on the trial. Well, welcome back. We have been out on the field trials, so we've been out for 4 or 5 decent walks, anything from 6 to about 15 miles. We've covered some vertical terrains, near vertical terrains, to find out what the grip's like, and we've been out through muds and bogs as well, but also through some wetter conditions as well to see how they work. So we'll have a look through. So overall, the shoes worked well, to be perfectly honest. The lacing system, again, mentioned just before, but the lacing system itself, with having the quick release and then you pull down on it to tighten it up, that works really well. So if you need to tighten it up quite quickly for more stability, that works well. Sometimes getting this down inside here when your foot's in there as well, that sometimes can be a bit harder. It's not as natural to do, but it's no great problem. As mentioned before, the way that the lacing system pulls the shoe in, that gives a lot of stability to the walk itself, so the lacing system's performed well. The shoe construction, not a problem at all. As I mentioned, the stability's good. We move on to the sole. The grip on the sole was actually particularly good. It worked really quite well, and overall with the sole and the structure here, the stability was found to be pretty good, to be perfectly honest. Living with the shoe on longer walks, day walks, didn't get any fatigue at all in the foot or the legs, so that's really good. The standard insole worked well, the author one as well. Sometimes I find I need a little bit more support by a different inner sole, but that worked particularly well. As I mentioned, the lacing system works well. When it gets wet, as I mentioned, it's not Gore-Tex, the water does get in, but when it does get in, it's not the end of the day, to be perfectly honest, because the shoe dries out particularly well. And interesting, with this breathability around here, the actual shoe and the sock dries out pretty well, to be perfectly honest. I hope that's been of use. As I say, the shoe worked well under varying conditions. I certainly don't have any great problems with this shoe at all, and yeah, overall good shoe. So I hope this has been of use to you. If you like what we do, it'd be great if you subscribe. Thumbs up are always good. Links down below to help you further, and until the next walk or review, bye for now.